That's it. But I'm coding Komo Emra. Menkona Mene Sami Obiore, Executive Director, Parliamentary Network Africa. Nyanko here and Yama Ekoso Parliament House. Na Yahre Neya the standing orders and constitution makwan say 15% of parliamentarians betimi are recall parliament no. Say omutimi ya. Yahre what may happen our Parliament House. Sami, good morning.
Good morning.
Na boko there.
About the other man.
Yadenya say. Sami Executive Director ma Parliamentary Network Africa. Na Sami Yahwe enyeme dia koso our Parliament this time around. The 8th Parliament of the 4th Republic. And they Chimamentri bi akoso ama nei Speaker join Parliament Senate. Mamentio brief comment about what has happened about what may happen no eso.
Well, on what has happened, you know, I was as a minor, it adds up to embarrassment. 8th Parliament, the abeyance of my Parliament, Abu Dimapa, but a Parliament, and so maybe because of the sheer numbers now, I want to know, approach any way of resolving issues, you know, right from the very beginning. They use our parliament here on 7 January 2021, no, and share that and a very good example. You bet me, I emulate it. On the Nyomana Eko also with regards to 4 MPs, no, I think that some of the excesses, no, we could have avoided them. But BBM so no. Addition the womb. It's always important to look at any improvement back in such instances rather than always focusing on the negative. And for me, you know, the positive, this could give us an opportunity to say Supreme Court make it clear the interpretation of Article 97(1) G and H. Then every 4 years, is the same. Because last 4 years, the chancellor with just 1 MP. Then said I need to say 4. You want another negative. A bit me than more. In fact, before last 4 years, no, 2016, now MP Snibi were Bakumi Nubia almost co independent, almost the Libya and Kamo. Then we got to a point that account Baku. Then the CIPC account at 9. We are dealing with issue look conclusively every 4 years. The bit me she has answered it will not be good for us. So for me, the positive will be for us to look at how you bet me I impress you on the court. Now in the monimu ya no omuntimi nchiremu constitution no article 97(1) J any H no nchiremu pa e wo mu ne ten ne nyina omu chiremu pa no omu chiremu to the extent say ebe ye the ayi nyina ye bobajo so in such a way say next 4 years, so far Sanchez, next 8 years, so far Sanchez, next 12 years, so far. A baby, I don't say that at the whole fine.
Do you belong to the school of thought, say it takes the Supreme Court to interpret the law? Because I'm on for be so I almost say these 3 arms of government will be a baby, so no one now back will interfere with the other. But you believe that it takes the Supreme Court to interpret the Constitution?
Well, it's not even a school of thought or a belief. It is what it is. A friend is saying a certain arm of government. A Juma administer or minor. Parliament is there or Shemra. A Supreme Court, no, and a court, no, that Rano Mutrix, then I'm Rano and Champa. The Supreme Court, particularly the Constitution, interpretation of the Constitution. Okay. I think there's no ambiguity about it.
Maybe some way because people have some diverse opinions as to what a speaker no say it lies in his bosom to have pronounced whatever he pronounced the other time, no, even though said the interpretation lies with the Supreme Court.
I don't think that Speaker Okoye and Speaker Babi, any of them will pretend to say the Omoye is in interpreting the Constitution. Legal brains are woman says, to me, the new monsem. They've argued, say what they did was just to apply the constitution. And I say, that was say, say, many will say, we don't interpret the constitution, but constitution also says, untimi, and you being free in some.
Yeah.
The fact is, and you being free and some, there's a interpret the constitution. No,
okay.
This super package. You almost say, the in this war. In this war, no, mudi so and a binum abo and toy and yemo say, omudi su ye, and as omu this ye.
Okay.
In Tano, once there are diverse opinions on how to apply it, no, the appropriate courts are moving to me actually think and I'm running a Supreme Court. And Untina, some of us are advocates say once and for all, the Supreme Court any pronouncements on this particular matter.
Okay. Right now, let's back to you made a statement say as up to the embarrassment this parliament has given the world. Why do you see that this parliament embarrassment? Am cause a lot of embarrassment to Ghana?
Oh, I say we shall say first to say it has been a parliament in fact, there are some of the things that parliaments we then Kenyan numbers in Kembaso. They say when you abaya, he will not always have his way because it is not Senate and abide the BBA and one nafa and your money do a honeymoon and what Ghana for intino teteno the ana is in this parliament no bebrina mutimi stop on. However, it's in the bench say to about parliament, the speaker of parliament now will be a national ballot paper MP. Ghana we are seeing national no now the journey now the action no worry no be action no food for no our parliament na a soldier for parliament na on another occasion 11 70 budget in some obi akotri speaker say akonya because of say first deputy speaker into me in chair, all manner of embarrassing situations are the may as a ja your mati TV explainers the almost as an your many sure say will be proud of it.
Okay.
Many sure say your bomber muno a few years down the line they'll be proud of it.
Okay.
These are things that could have been avoided. Unfortunately, it hasn't been. We are just hoping that they will not add up to the layers of embarrassment within these next few weeks. Akano.
Only and I can say this parliament may go down as the worst ever parliament. Why? Why?
As somebody, I'm a Juma Meye, a parliamentary practice and procedures, parliamentary monitoring, I don't make some of these conclusions without facts and evidence.
Okay.
Parliament, Juma would be a brashe legislation. Say ye dina timemufwa nemu representation and oversight. Say abaya wahono. Ye send the so send a beya sika idea man so mbandu juma nyoma yakache so when the in the name and interest of the citizens. These are the three main functions of every parliament.
Okay.
And every 4 years, parliament here established it is expected that Jumami and saying no. For you to be able to show say this is the best, and I said this is the best, no, you need evidence. For example, Emra saying and 8 parliaments as compared to 1st to 7th parliaments. Representational roles, no, 10 or more year, no, between this time as compared to previous times. Oversight and so a saying.
Okay.
These things are things that require data. What you are saying. At the moment, maybe unfortunately, because we don't have a system in place, I record the first parliament, second parliament, third, up to 8 parliaments. I bet me deductive comparison, no. A better day, parliament because you see each parliament in this fourth republic on one advantage disadvantage Ebinum a modern in some areas, or more modern in other areas.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, this state parliament could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
My verdict is that it could have been better if they had taken out some of the excesses that by. Number two, now your expectation of this parliament now was because of how our numbers at the beginning of 2021. Now we have a parliament where you see that, in a way, a positive. Yes, no maybe I see that I am positive. Maybe so see that I am negative.
Okay.
In that assessment, you can assess current parliament, in its own right, but compared to previous parliaments, I don't think that we have the data and statistics to be able to make a fair comparison.
Now let's come back to a emotional. The majority file say a name per constitution no any almost standing orders no to just 15% of members are recall parliament. Now what may likely happen say impo if they are able to compel the speaker of parliament na say otimi convene parliament biwa.
Speaker of Parliament, Nano Tuesday, Ejna Constitution, so any standing orders, so and or they adjourn a house, indefinitely. That Constitution, any standing orders, now so much members of Parliament, 15% at least, the one more waswa as a Parliament, Tiniba back. Both of them have applied the Constitution and the standing orders, and it is within their right so to do. However, after applying Constitution and standing orders, now say Sebi, common sense and so kaka. I think Sebi, if you answer, atoto emrahu kaka. The reason is here. Speaker finding the necessary say obey adjoining house Trinity and they say Intiasia uncle Yejuma. In here who near Obetna majority and minority. And not speak about chamber ni muan kasa and son of it young Kasaman near and say Kosuna Kosugada. It did my Betna majority side, it did my walking out there. Intino for me, the common sense that applies in speaker ruling, I say, Yankee break, Yanko Wabrewa, Yansusu Yomaho, Yan outside of the public view. Because you're for Twaba. The Bibiana camera beta, one shot not a detention about group. If you in private, you needed the home combo. Yan Shahawa as leaders of the country. Omobet me at 2 Yomi. Between Tuesday and majority for request for emergency state about house and of course nothing stops them from recalling the house. There's not the speaker recalling house within 7 days as constitution required. Now you better shame not a better let me just say as leaders of the country. So for me, that should be the consideration. Unless you say the idea is that between these 7 days, majority in Parliament, and remember, say as somebody or your parliamentary practice and procedures, I do not take kindly the conversation around who is majority and who is minority. At the beginning of this year, in September, on who is majority and who is minority, which is the first time it's made in this Fourth Republic. How did we settle it? We settled it by the speaker reading a statement on the floor of the House, pronouncing on the issue. It's for me until the speaker. Everybody chamber, say, okay, numbers not when a majority, when a minority, and in will be at the status quo is what exists so far as we are concerned.
Okay.
But as majority and the government side of the House, say almost
Emma Ajubrel, Emma. Now, the best Parliament to come back within the context of Wakamina Airport. We may end up coming back. As we are now almost one more pray and Nuntia last week Tuesday, Oman Snap the crown. As to Sasun Geno Babaso. As to Nyoma as he to make sure that the other before you call it Parliament, you almost near yet. Those for me are the fundamental issues.
Kessben.
She said, let it be their politics because partisan politics because about one bread and a bruise.
Sammy Obey Medasi ene anopei se wenya bre amaye na wachechensemu enso ediamai but per speaker ruling dey no chese omo ntimi enye government business o ntina o calling off na enye se bia but we na majority nti ho no so ya kan say
speaker ruling no one can be beyond majority minority parliament in Shisha Yemuno, any Ghana Bremuno. There will be a meeting behind that they meet for your office of Ghana, you'll be a friend of Kurum. Then if I do go here and then I'll be to me a taking decision. And so when you're trying, if I don't know, the entire Emredia chef and your man is a bear, go for back to you, being to me, because Nancy and Cocase, or make a key decision against the larger group's interest. In Parliament, no, Koroma Omuhia. Principally yenu. Omu nya koromo and no betimi aboa ama metimi atnafe. Na metimi bobo nsemo ho. The correct number they need for deliberation. On the parliament debates also discussions also discussion of reports na dey also. And no mrane say so omu nya 1/3. The parliament mumiensa ase ba ko wo ho kra na. Almost yes, so they can meet, they can discuss, and all of that. No, so almost take a decision, yes or no vote, and answer secret ballot, and answer the BR Sana, and no almost here, Nashe your phone, a fact, and then take that decision. It is speaker ruling, and then say, Emra NPP MPs no, boycott sitting of Parliament, although NDC MPs were here, although deliberations between me, I go about parliamentary duties there. Then so no need correct number, the decision there so we take here, between take it.
Okay.
Until tell me that correct number no, or suspend the house no, indefinitely. You see, an MPP for signal say almost a recall. Until the recall no baso, not the Ajubrel baso, not fanu, not the year, then they will have the correct number for purposes of decision making. I think that's the clarity we need to take.
All right. Thank you very much, Samuel B. Medasipi ne Anope. Samuel B. Executive Director, my Parliamentary Network Africa, and the AC our Parliament, no, Yanino Eko Kodi, and Home and Como.